What's up, everybody? It's your boy Shelbeth, and I got comments, replies, and suggestions on my first video. Not on my YouTube channel, but on my networking groups in Facebook. So, today's video is going to tell you how to avoid scams and how to get your SAG card, per se. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the SAG process. It's what I like to call simply complicated. So without further ado, let's get to the comments and then let's address how to avoid scams and how to get your SAG card, per se. So the first comment is from a gentleman, and he writes, "Too long, not funny, so much erroneous, misleading, and terrible info and advice. Poor set, looks unprofessional." And I replied back, "Thank you, undisclosed name. This is my first video and I'm looking for critiques to improve. I'm trying to go for the Markiplier feel, but I guess I didn't hit that mark." Then the second comment. This is the one that really doesn't make much sense. I don't know whether or not if she didn't look at what she was typing before she posted it, or if she's from a different country, but I'll read it anyway. "Ryan, you info. Ellipses. Then quiet. Real man joke bit happens every time you say something. I couldn't watch it anymore." And then I replied, "Yeah, I'm still learning. I know nothing about making YouTube videos." I really don't know anything about making YouTube videos. I really don't. I'm sorry. It's a craft, but I'm still pushing forward to hopefully make something successful. And then, of course, she replies back, "Good luck. I laughed the first 2 times, then didn't get the point." And then I replied back, "The point is to poke fun at the Wiki article in the first half, and then give a valuable tip of the importance of networking in the second half." She didn't reply back, so I followed up, just being a little bit more nicer, just said, "Thank you for the feedback. I'll be sure to make the second one better." I hope this one's better. This one doesn't make any sense here. Good luck. I laughed the first 2 times, then didn't get the point. Alright, so what does that mean? Does that mean that you laughed the first 2 times watching the video, and then you just couldn't laugh anymore? I'm confused. I really don't understand this. I'm a positive person. I look at things on a positive side, so I'm assuming just on a positive sake that's what she meant. And then this is where the comment that I got, which was really helpful, really useful, a lot of tips that I've incorporated into my new video here. Her name, how do we pronounce that? Sahaba Cochran. Shibui Cochran? Shabach Cochran? Shooby Dooby? She says, "I watched your videos and I want to say that you have some really extraordinary ideas. A serious of knowledgeable actor who has useful acting tips and credible resources would be invaluable. I was taking a few notes as I was watching your video. I think would be great to be able to find out where you can get some free acting classes and a strategy on how to network. That would be a very useful piece of information that I could definitely use. I would also like you to consider a segment about all the negative things that can happen when trying to be an actor." When I say negative, I mean how you have to be careful about... When I say negative, I mean how sometimes you have to be careful about scams from different agencies, photographers, etc. And in my opinion, this is not to scare an actor or an actress, but this is to give them the harsh realities of the industry and how they need to be careful and what to look for to avoid those situations. Reading wasn't my best subject in school. Now, one of the subjects that I would like to delve in more closely would be what steps to take to achieve your SAG card. This is actually a very good point, and I will get into that after I finish reading your comment. The subject is kind of touchy because I've read a few articles on Backstage.com. No plugs here. just reading the actual article, about how a lot of casting agents say that you don't want to try to get your SAG card too quickly because it limits you, and once you do get that, you can no longer audition for non-union films. I'd be very interested in hearing your opinion on that in a segment. I actually like your comment. I really want to address it, but I still don't know how to pronounce your name. If there's anything that you could do in any possible way to actually help me out.
I thought this would be better. My name is pronounced Shabba. Shabba Cochran.
Shabba.
Shabba.
That name is totally badass. That is so awesome. With a name like that, honestly, if you have a man, I'm sure he just feels safe and secure just by your name alone. If you and your man are walking down a dark alley one day and someone approaches you, all you gotta just say is, "My name is Shabba," and then everybody will dissipate and leave, and your man will feel safe and secure. Wow, that name is just fucking great. I just love that name. Shabba, I want to address your issues. First of all, thank you for the compliments, and thank you for the critiques, and thank you for helping me to improve. There's a lot more comments on here. I won't get into those too much, but I've applied them into this new video. So, to address, I would like you to consider a segment about the negative things that can happen when trying to be an actor. When I say negative, I mean sometimes how you can be careful from scams from different agencies, photographers, etc. And in my opinion, this is not to scare an actor or an actress, but this is to give them the harsh realities of the industry and how they need to be careful and what to look for to avoid these situations. Okay, Shabba. So to answer your questions, yes, there are a lot of scams in the industry. One of the biggest scams, which what I'm assuming what you're meaning, is an agency that would look at your headshots, your resume, or your reel and say that they want to sign you up to their agency. They really inflate your ego, and they really make you feel like really awesome, really good about yourself as an actor, as your style, and they have no critiques really about you. Some might make them seem a little bit more legit, and then they want you to pay up front. Like I said in my last video, if an agent wants you to pay up front, avoid them at all costs.
Like the plague!
Do not get involved in an agency that asks you for money up front. An agent or a manager who you hire will work for you based on a percentage or a commission of what you make. Usually this is 10 or 15, sometimes 20%, and they take it out of your cut before they issue the check. So the way this happens is a producer or a production company will write a check to your agent or your manager. And your agent or your manager will take 10% or 15 or 20%, whatever their commission rate is. They'll take that out first, and then they'll issue the remaining balance of what's left in that check. Another borderline scam that I've noticed is a lot of talent agencies who appear legit, but they're kind of like on the edge of scammy. They will want to represent you, or they want you to get a headshot or a class package, which means they want you to use their photographer, they want you to use their acting coaches, their trainers, and they want to set you up on their profile of their website. This is kind of borderline because sometimes this can be a scam, sometimes it can be legit. Sometimes these agents will take their cut out of what you make because they believe in you that much. Sometimes they'll ask you up front. Again, if they're asking for anything up front, when in doubt, throw it out. Even though they seem legit and they're asking for headshot, reels, and acting packages from you up front, if you're kind of iffy about it and you're kind of like, I don't know, just toss it out. You don't need it. Now, there are some casting agents or some casting websites that are also borderline scammy. They're not so much a talent agency scam per se, but what they do I said do is they have you sign up for their website, and you get a profile, you get your own little headshot there and everything else, and You get to set up your profile and get a whole bunch of casting notices. They're not a scam. However, what they do is they give you casting notices that you can easily find at your local film office. Go into a Google search and Google search your city film office. Go to your film office website and look at casting notices. They usually have paid, unpaid casting notices. And what a lot of these websites like talentsearch.com will do is they will post these and Craigslist ads, things like that, anything they can find just to make it seem like that what you're paying for your monthly profile is worth it. So I hope that helps out. If you have any questions or comments or concerns based on what I covered here, please write in the comment section and I will address that even further for you.
My name is pronounced Shabah.
Okay, I already got that the first time.
My name is Shabah Cochran.
I swear, I'm not touching this computer. I don't know what's going on. Shabah, I honestly think you're a virus right now. This is weird. Okay, are you done?
I thought this would be
she's
better.
not done.
My name is pronounced Shabah. Shabah
I swear I'm not
Cochran.
doing this. I swear. I think it's over.
Shabah.
So another topic that Shabah brings up, and this one's really great, is now one of the subjects that I would like to delve in more closely would be what steps to achieve to getting your SAG card. SAG, S-A-G, stands for Screen Actors Guild, so anybody who doesn't know. From my experience, there's really no steps to really getting your SAG card. You have to be grandfathered in, I guess, if that's the proper term to use. But there is a loophole that you can find. It's simply complicated. Which means it's simple, but it's really complicated. Back in the 1920s, when our economy was in a major depression, there were two gentlemen, their last names were Taft and Hartley.
William Howard Taft.
And they came up with a union law that basically states that you can be involved in union work for no more than 30 days. After those 30 days, you have to either join the union or you could never get into the union again. You basically forfeit getting into the union. So at the end of those 30 days, you have to pay your union fees, and then you're actually unionized. With the Screen Actors Guild union, it's actually a little difficult because the Screen Actors Guild regulations state that a casting director, a director, or a producer actually have to hire a Screen Actors Guild actor to fill that role. This is where it gets complicated. It's simple because you can be Taft-Hartley'd in. It's complicated because those in charge of actually going to Taft-Hartley you in have a lot of regulations they follow, and if they don't follow them, they can be severely fined for it. They have to go through all the SAG actors first to fill that role. If they can't find the right Screen Actors Guild actor, you can request to be Taft-Hartley'd in. However, the chances are that they are going to find a Screen Actors Guild actor. If they can't find the Screen Actors Guild actor to actually fill that role, then you can request the Taft-Hartley entrance. And it's free, there's no charge for it. And they will basically Taft-Hartley you in to that role. You have 30 days to work on that project. After 30 days, you have to pay your union fee. If you don't pay your union fee, you cannot get into the Screen Actors Guild. Like I said, it was very simply complicated. It was simple, but it's a complicated process at the same time. I hope that answers that question. Does that answer that for you, Shabah? I still love that name. That name is just still awesome. So that's what I have for this video. Guys, if you have any comments or suggestions or tips or questions, please write them in the comment section down here below, and I will make sure that I answer any questions that you have, address any topics, any concerns that you want to know, based on what my experience is in this industry. I may not be right, but I do observe a lot in this industry, and I take a lot of mental notes. I don't know, maybe I got like Asperger's or something like that, because because I memorize things like, and just keep them in memory and committed to memory based on research and connections and network connections that I make, and I get these tips and tricks from a lot of people, and I just pass them on to you. So if you have any other questions,
My
please
name is pronounced Shabah.
There she goes
My
again.
name is Shabah.
I don't know what's going on with
Cochran.
my computer. This is just really weird. Anyway, I'm Shalbeth, and I am out.
My name is Shabah Cochran.